Emily couldn't breathe. Do you remember? The words echoed in her head, louder than anything else. Not just a question anymore. A trigger. Her hands trembled as she stepped back from the bed. No, she whispered. No, I do. But something inside her disagreed. A sharp pain shot through her head. Sudden, violent. Emily gasped and grabbed onto the edge of the table. Her vision blurred. The room around her began to fade. And then, it started. Rain. Heavy. Endless. She was small again. 8 years old. Standing in the playground. Soaked. Shivering. A boy stood in front of her. Crying. Emily, we have to go, he said, his voice breaking. Thunder roared in the distance. But Emily didn't move. Her eyes were fixed on something behind him. Something on the ground. Something she refused to look at. Emily, please, the boy cried. Still, she didn't move. The memory shattered. Emily dropped to her knees in her room. Her breathing wild. Her body shaking. No, stop, she whispered. But it wasn't over. It pulled her back in. The boy grabbed her arm. We have to leave, he shouted. Emily turned slowly. Her face blank. Her eyes distant. I can't, she said. The boy froze. What do you mean you can't? Emily's gaze drifted again. Back to the ground. It's still there, she whispered. A strange sound filled the air. Not thunder. It's not rain. Something else. Something close. Watching, the boy stepped back. And slipped. He hit the ground hard. Emily. He tried to move. But he couldn't. My leg, I can't. Panic filled his voice. He reached out to her. Please help me. Emily stepped forward. Just one step. Then stopped. Because she heard it again. Closer now. Breathing. Watching. Her fear took over. She turned. And ran. Leaving him behind. Emily screamed. Her eyes snapped open. Back in the present. Her room. Dark. Silent. Her chest rising and falling rapidly. I didn't mean to, she whispered. Her phone buzzed. You left him there. Her hands shook. No, she said, tears forming. Another message. A picture. The playground. Empty. Wet. Waiting. Then, go back there. Emily stared at the screen. I don't want to, she whispered. But deep down, she knew. She had to. That evening, she went. The sky was grey. The air cold. Heavy. Emily stood at the edge of the playground. It hadn't changed. Same broken swing. Same silence. I shouldn't be here, she whispered. But her feet moved anyway. Slow. Careful. The swing creaked softly. Back and forth. Back and forth. Then, a voice. Soft. Behind her. Emily. She froze. Slowly. She turned. And there he was. The boy. Standing near the slide. Watching her. You came, he said quietly. Emily's throat went dry. Who are you, she asked. He tilted his head. You don't remember me. Emily stepped back. I don't. Yes, you do. His voice was calm. You just don't want to. The wind picked up. The swings creaked louder. Tell me what happened, Emily pleaded. The boy didn't answer. Instead, he pointed toward the far end of the playground. Near the fence. Emily followed, each step heavier than the last. Until she stopped. The ground, disturbed, like something had been buried there. Her body went cold. No, she whispered. Behind her, his voice came again. You promised you wouldn't leave me. Tears streamed down her face. I didn't remember, she cried. Yes, you do. His voice was closer now. So I'll help you. Emily shut her eyes tightly. And then, it all came back. The rain, the fall, the fear, and her, running away. Emily's eyes snapped open. I'm sorry, she sobbed. I didn't mean to. Silent, heavy, unforgiving. Then, he stepped closer. Now right in front of her. His eyes locked onto hers. And this time, they weren't empty. They were filled with something deeper. Pain. Why didn't you come back for me? He asked. Emily broke completely. I was scared, she cried. I thought you were gone, I didn't know what to do. The boy stared at her. Still, unmoving. Scared, he repeated softly. Emily nodded desperately. I was just a child. Silent. Then, you're right. His voice softened. You were just a child. Hope flickered inside her chest. But then, he stepped closer. And everything changed. But I wasn't gone. Emily froze. Her breath stopped. I was still there, he said. Still breathing. Her heart dropped. I called your name, he continued. I waited. Tears streamed down her face. I didn't know, she whispered. You knew enough to run. Emily collapsed to her knees. I didn't understand. You left me in the dark. His voice dropped. Colder now. And something else found me. Emily's entire body went still. What do you mean? The boy didn't answer immediately. He just stared at her. Then, he smiled. But this time, it wasn't human. Do you really think I'd still be here if nothing happened? The air grew heavier. Harder to breathe. The swing behind them creaked again. Slow, uneven. It was already there, he said quietly. Emily's heart pounded. It saw you first. Her eyes widened. No, it followed you. A sharp sound cracked behind the fence. Emily flinched. Her entire body locked. Don't look, the boy whispered. But she already was. A shape stood in the darkness. Tall, wrong, unnatural. Her breath caught. What is that? She whispered. It's what took the rest of me, he said. The shape moved. It's not walking. It's not running. Sliding. Closer. The fence rattled violently. Metal shook. The ground trembled. Emily stumbled back in panic. Why is it here? She cried. The boy turned to her. Fear now in his eyes. Because you left, he said. Her heart raced wildly. It needed something else. A pause. Then, it chose you. Emily shook her head. No. The shape twitched. Then moved faster. Too fast. The fence shook harder. G.O., the boy shouted. This time, she ran. As fast as she could. Her heart pounding uncontrollably. Behind her, she felt it. Closing in. Watching. Following. She didn't look back. She couldn't. Because something told her. If she did, she wouldn't escape. She burst out of the playground gates. And suddenly, everything stopped. Silent. Complete. Emily turned slowly. The playground stood empty. Still, like nothing had ever been there. The boy, gone. The shape, gone. Emily's body trembled. Her breathing uneven. Her phone buzzed. She flinched. Slowly she looked down. One message. Unknown number. 3 words. Not finished yet. Emily closed her eyes. Because now she understood. This wasn't just a memory. It wasn't just guilt. Something followed her. Something chose her. And whatever happened that night was far from over.